meeting of the Town of Easton Zoning Board of Appeals. First time in person in 3+ years, so welcome back, everybody. First hearing on the agenda tonight, special permit number 23-1, Suzanne Fallon and Paula Sutherland. Applicants are seeking a special permit to reconstruct a single-family home damaged by fire for property located at 30 Eisenhower Drive. Mr. Secretary, would you like to read any comments that we have on the notice?
The Easton Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, April 11, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. at the Easton Town Hall, Colleen A. Corona Boardroom, 136 Elm Street, Northeastern Mass, on the following petition. Special permit Susan Fallon and Paula Sutherland for property located at 30 Eisenhower Drive, Southeastern Mass, 02375, Assessors Map 28U Lot 4 for a special permit pursuant to Easton Code Book Chapter 235 Zoning 235-25 and 235-56. This notice is also available on masspublicnotices.org. Read the comments. Police Department and Fire Department both say complete. Environmental planner recommends with the following comment: wetland permit has been issued. Compost must be removed from wetland prior to starting any work. Thank you. Affordable and historical not applicable. And Planning and Zoning recommend on the April 3rd meeting, the Planning and Zoning Board discussed special permit 23-1 and voted 4-0 to recommend the application.
So sitting on this hearing is Steve Merlin, Tim McCall, Ryan Cook, myself, and John Curran. And I will turn it over to the applicant. And
Artie Pickman, 119 Center Street, Pickman Company. I'm a contractor in town for about 28 years now. My homeowners lost their house on Thanksgiving. We're essentially looking to tear it down. It was condemned. Looking to tear it down. I was thinking about leaving the foundation. The foundation doesn't meet current building codes. We got some water table issues. So we're looking to basically rebuild slightly less of a square foot mark than they have right now. Meeting all current setbacks and so forth. So the only thing we're looking for some leniency on is the frontage. They have 2.41 acres, but they only have approximately 77 feet of frontage. The house was built in about 1960, and it's in a pre-existing neighborhood.
is that the plan?
Yeah, so that's the plot plan. So you can kind of see, if you look really close, the old house, we're shifting it to square it to the lot just a little bit. The only thing we're adding is a 2-car garage over here because we can't put a garage under because the water table is so high. We're meeting all current setbacks and everything like that as well. So it currently has a 2-car garage under, where we're gonna only be building this on a crawl space, and then we'll have a separate garage just to kind of, have that space available for them.
Okay. Steve, any questions?
No questions.
Jim?
I don't have any either.
Ryan?
Not for me.
John? No. I don't have any questions. Are you members of the public or applicants? The owners, okay. I don't have any questions, so unless there's something you guys can think of that you want to add.
Move we close the hearing then.
Motion made by Mr. Moreland to close the hearing, seconded by Mr. Cook. All in favor? I don't think we have to do a roll call anymore. Stick hands up. 5-0. Somebody want to make a motion on the application?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Mr. Cook, seconded by Mr. McCall. All in favor? 5-0. Sorry you guys had to go through this, but good luck.
Thank you guys very much.
No problem.
We built a bigger house better in Easton. I think the town will be happier. Thank you all so much for your time, I appreciate it.
Good luck.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Been in the trailer is too long.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Yeah.
That's all right, sometimes when things take longer, they get better.
Yep. Oh.
You guys mind if I take this down?
No, go right ahead. We'll move on.
Thank you all so much for your
Good
time.
night. Review and approval of the minutes of the February 7th, 2023 meeting. such as they are.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Mr. Cook, seconded by Mr. Vogt, Karen?
Sure.
All right, all in favor? 5-0, all right. So we have another agenda item on member terms, expiring terminating terms. I'll start, just so everybody knows, I am resigning from the board effective June 30th. I talked to Connor and I talked to Dottie. They wanted to get us through sort of COVID and everything, and it's been a pleasure, but my work schedule now is, a partner of mine had a heart attack, retired suddenly, and my ability to focus on anything other than work right now is beyond me, so, I talked to, like I said, I talked to Connor last week and I told him I was gonna resign, so, I'm sure you guys will be fine, you don't need me, this is easy, but,
I don't know if I'd say that.
No.
Well, gentlemen,
very easy.
so I told Mike and Suzanne, my term is up and I have, Steve Irwin term limit concept. So when I did the library board, I did three-year terms for 9 years and walked away. Affordable Housing Trust, I did 4 2-year terms, walked away. I'd been an alternate for 2, and these are 5-year terms for 7, and it was also time for me to not continue. I didn't realize until Mike just told me that he was resigning for business reasons, but my decision would still stand. So what happens is that I see Ed as the alternate. So if when the time comes, there are 2 full-time vacancies, so the alternates, but it has to apply anyway. If Jeremy applies for a vacancy, presumably the board lifts you up to full term. Then they go scrambling for a couple of alternates unless something unusual occurs, but my time is up. Mike tried to talk me into staying. At the time, maybe he knew what he told us, maybe
No,
he
I didn't at the time.
But if it had been less than a 5-year term, I might have considered it, but the terms are set by state statute, as you know, 5 years. I'm too old to do this. I'd be close to 80 by the time we get done. No, 78, I guess, by the time we get done.
You could run for president.
I'm not old enough yet. I'm not old enough yet.
Yeah, so just to echo what Steve was saying, if you guys are interested in, if you're interested in staying, you don't have to move up to a full position, either one of you, but you'd have to apply for that, so.
I'd be happy to apply, and I'll just say that you guys have done your service, and I have learned from both of you. So thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. It's been my pleasure. It's been a great experience. You guys have been a great board, still are.
How long have you been chair?
Just before COVID.
When did Walter resign? No, this
Yeah,
is,
I'm trying to
The June before COVID.
was it June?
They all
before
resigned
COVID, or
in
June
June.
before that.
So it's been 5 years.
COVID's 2020.
Yeah, so they paid
Yeah, so 4 years,
three of
yeah.
them resigned
4
and
years, yeah.
and that doesn't mean you can't send us an email and ask us questions or anything.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like daily or?
Because we used to, because I used to do that at the beginning.
I talked,
used to send Walter Marioni.
I still do.
I know where your office is.
Not so much anymore, because his office represents applicants now, but, you know, initially, I was on the phone with Walter quite a bit, so, you know.
Well, you do a good job.
Yeah, you guys did a great job.
It is.
Bummed out.
It is.
Looking to work with you some more.
I'll just
I was
say,
actually gonna say that I was thinking
Mike
about it.
always humored me in my age by letting me get the first questions in or whatever it is.
So you always ask 20
Thank you for that.
questions.
From my point of view, I thought
It
your
wasn't
questions were
humoring,
extremely relevant
it was,
always.
it was intentional, because I knew you were gonna ask, you know, appropriate questions, and,
Start grilling,
He's a
cross-examining.
litigator.
that's,
It comes
that's
to
why
us.
that's, you
Many,
know,
many times I told people, I ask
method to the
questions,
madness, so,
I ask questions like I'm cross-examining you, so don't take it personal, it's just the way I am.
yeah,
Be that as it may.
so.
Well, thank you both.
It was a tough decision, I didn't take it lightly, because I am in the middle of a term, but, so somebody will fill my seat for the remainder of the term, and then they would reapply, so it works.
Yeah, so mine's a 5-year term, so whoever gets, theoretically, my slot gets 5 years, whoever gets Mike gets the balance of his term.
So if Ryan's the vice chair, is
No, you guys decide, so however you wanna, you know, whoever, you know, he may not want to do it,
When will we know?
you know, you guys are all certainly
Yeah.
equipped to do it, what's that?
When would they have to apply by before the next meeting?
May 1st.
And is there, do they have to go in front of the select board to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dottie's.
There was an applicant,
Dottie was aware of it,
Okay,
and
yeah.
that I wanted
I'm
to,
sure.
I wanted to give them as much advance notice, cause as Steve mentioned, I was aware he was not gonna be reapplying.
I let them know about a month ago.
Yeah.
Mike Blanchard is in charge of compiling the list.
You said there was an
Usually they put
There was another applicant, so there were, two of us were, Jeremy, you were.
Yeah, there was a lady, she was great.
Yeah, I mean, she had she was an architect,
I
and
think
she had
I thought she
previous
was a-
zoning experience, well, she was a lawyer.
She was a lawyer and a
But did
naval
zoning law.
aviator. She was flying DC-9s, she said, and
In the Navy?
yeah.
What, the last time you
Well,
applied?
Correct.
Oh, okay, so you guys were already on
Knocked
the board,
out
so there was no
naval
position.
She was great. She was
She's
great.
very
Interested,
qualified.
yeah.
I think she said she had been on the zoning board on the Cape.
Yes.
Was she an attorney in Easton?
She's an attorney, I can't remember where her office was. And I can't honestly remember her name, but she was great.
Well, the town has a record, I assume,
Yeah.
so.
And anybody that knows anybody that might be interested, they will certainly welcome any suggestions, so.
So the planning board's had an alternate vacancy for 6 months or longer, I think.
Yep.
But they haven't had anybody. I know that.
as long as they have a quorum, I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, technically you only need 4, right, so,
Do you have the decision that we gotta send?
yes,
Wow, sign a decision.
yeah.
I forgot how.
Lost.
Doing it the old fashioned way.
Funny, cause sometimes there's competition for the slots and sometimes you can't fill them.
Yeah,
The Human Rights Committee had like 8 people for one slot a few months ago.
I first applied to be on this board maybe 15 years ago, and there were like 5 people here trying to get the one spot.
I think I was here initially with,
I see more now that COVID is officially,
Oh, at least the pen stroke has happened across the paper, so now I guess it's officially over.
Yeah.
So, might see more people naval.
Did we ever
Yeah.
get appealed on that farm case? Do we ever? No.
No, we didn't get appealed.
I don't anticipate that one. Nope, nope, just
That they had their own case going, the parties, the neighbors, but we were not added.
they were gonna
There's
rely
my
on a
decision.
Superior Court case that was pending.
But they weren't gonna add a 48 appeal of our decision.
I don't think so, because it was an appeal of an administrative decision, they wouldn't have got.
Yep.
They did file.
You hear me knocking, don't turn the lights off in the office.
Yeah, that's
Our decision? Oh, yeah, no, in the litigation, yes. But appealing a decision to appeal an administrative decision isn't gonna, you're not gonna get very far with that.
Is the farm still there?
Under the terms of
To the extent that they can do it under the
So it hasn't been decided in the Superior Court, which is
No.
where it was.
No, and I think they were enjoined from doing certain things on the property in that case, I don't know where it stands now.
Yeah, they couldn't use the driveway for
About the
filing purposes or
driveway,
something.
they weren't allowed to use the driveway for
Right.
I
something.
read it on there, it's.
Right.
And that
I don't think it's
decision,
coming.
the preliminary injunction, hearing case is subject to the interlocutory appeal,
Right.
Correct, I think, yeah,
which
I thought for sure they were going to appeal it.
Street, anything about that?
What's going
An
on?
interlocutory appeal is
Yeah.
the yes.
I mean, they had all
Yeah.
the lawyers for the whole.
Going with
I mean, it was an
Yeah,
administrative
there
appeal,
were two
so.
suits.
Uh,
One by Dave Howell and one by some.
the daughter that is,
It's the ones where the ones who had the farm or the ones where.
they were suing the other one.
Okay.
They were they were not the ones who had the farm. And Gagliardi's actually was for a long time, he was my son's baseball coach for a while.
Director,
Sometimes
They were in the right place.
The
They were doing
Warriors, but the Bennett's daughter and my daughter.
And they
they're
went,
friends
they
for
went to us.
20 years. I just hell knew.
With
Developers, that's what the same party.
Yeah.
I didn't want anything to do it. I
If
didn't
we
want to
got
show
the
it.
weed,
It's like
can transfer
files.
Yeah, the board votes.
But we were divided on.
Someone went bankrupt.
Came up like 3-2, right?
No, they flew in.
4-1.
Yeah,
No, I thought, when Mike voted,
The airbase in Weymouth, I can't remember.
Because the decision wasn't about whether the farm could be there, the decision was.
A
whether
formal
they
motion to
could be
adjourn,
business.
is that in order?
right,
Mr.
So
Chairman?
did the property,
Mr.
we voted,
his job.
overall, we voted to.
Is a formal motion to adjourn in order?
That was.
Sure, I think so.
Oh, we have to,
To
did we
overtime.
approve that?
I thought there was someone else who voted to
I
overtime.
wanna say it was 4-1.
Motion to adjourn made by Mr. Merlin,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Cook, all in favor? 5-0. Right now, we do not have